In the top stories, Owen quits the Barbados Labour Party, a motorcyclist seriously injured in an accident, and Cohobblopot is on. Welcome to Nation News for Friday, July 25th, 2014. I'm Natasha Beckles.
No matter where you are in the world, at home or abroad, Nation News keeps you connected with what's happening in Barbados through our website, video newscast, and online e-papers. So stay connected with Nation News. Your news, your time, your way.
Former Prime Minister Owen resigned as a member of the opposition Barbados Labour Party this morning, saying the party was going in the wrong direction. Noting that he made the decision to quit with a heavy heart, the MP for St. Peter said he will be serving out the rest of his parliamentary term as an independent representative.
You must believe me when I tell you that this is a difficult decision, this is a painful decision, but it is a necessary decision, because I will not be betraying to my parents, the people who have elected me, to my children, my grandchild, and to myself, if I would continue just for a bankrupt reason to serve an institution which I so deeply believe has lost its way and has lost its soul.
His announcement came as a shock to many, including the BLP's General Secretary, Senator Dr. Jerome Walcott, who said Mr. Arthur made a major contribution to the country and the region. Also lauding his contribution to the House of Assembly was Prime Minister Frundell Stewart.
Whenever he spoke in the House of Assembly, or in public generally, his utterances had more to do with the interests of Barbados at a critical time in its economic and social history than trying to score cheap political points or involving himself in adolescent theatrics. So I respect that, and I wish Owen to see more Arthur well.
Political scientist Peter Wickham said he was surprised by Mr. Arthur's move, but it was probably the best thing for the BLP. An early morning accident along Sandy Lane Road, St. James, resulted in a motorcyclist losing one of his legs. 22-year-old Chad Giddens of Manning's Land, Bank Hall, St. Michael, collided with a van driven by Weston Allen of Sturgis, St. Thomas, around 7:40 a.m. Mr. Giddens was taken to the Queen Elizabeth Hospital by ambulance, while Mr. Allen was unhurt, although visibly shaken. Barbados has dropped 21 places in the UNDP's Human Development Index under a new set of criteria and based on updated information. Barbados has been listed at 59 out of 180 countries in this year's report, compared to 38 last year. The data for the last 5 years was based on 2005 figures, while this year's is based on the 2011 figures. In response, Prime Minister Frundell Stewart said the island's quality of life indices remain high, and government would work to mitigate the weaknesses identified. The government of Barbados is being urged to boycott all Israeli produce since the people in Palestine continue to suffer under Israel's oppression. The call came yesterday as close to 100 members of the public and the Caribbean Against Apartheid in Palestine group picketed outside the office of the Israeli Consul General in the city. Secretary of the group, Lalu Hanuman, said boycotts on trading, diplomatic, sporting, and academic ties had proven to be very effective in the past against countries like South Africa. Mr. Hanuman also called on the Barbados government to pledge its support for Palestine at the level of the United Nations. Cohobblopot is definitely on, and 5 Barbadian acts will be put on a pedestal during the August 3rd show. The event, which is being billed as 5-star quality, the Galaxy Edition, will feature Lil Rick, Red Plastic Bag, Biggie Irie, Soca Cartel, and Rising Stars Lead Pipe and Sadis. The penultimate event of the Cohobblopot Festival was cast in doubt earlier in the season when producer Premier Events pulled out. The National Cultural Foundation subsequently stepped in to host the event. In sport, Thursday was not a good day for Barbados youth cricketers. In Jamaica, Guyana beat the Barbados under-15 team by 46 runs in their regional one-day competition. Guyana made 227 for 7 off 50 overs. In reply, Barbados could only muster 181 for 8 off their 50 overs. Over in Guyana, the under-19s also lost their opening match to Jamaica in the three-day competition. Needing 202 for victory, Jamaica resumed on their overnight total of 10 for 1 and reached 205 for 4 for the 6-wicket victory. Scores: Barbados under-19s 120 and 211, Jamaica 130 and 205 for 4. The news coming out of Scotland for the Commonwealth Games is also not good. Former Commonwealth bronze medalist Anderson Tutsi Emmanuel was defeated on points today in boxing. Judoka Kyle Maxwell also lost to Papua New Guinea's Ashan Nelson. Sri Lanka defeated the badminton team 3-0 in mixed play, the women's table tennis team lost 0-3 to Nigeria, and the men also suffered a similar fate against England. In shooting, Marlon Best was 19th overall during the qualification round of the men's 10-meter air rifle, and Christopher Cortes finished third in his heat of the men's 200-meter freestyle. And finally, police say a toddler crashed a Jeep into an Oregon home, then ran back to his house to watch cartoons. The 3-year-old boy, who was wearing only a diaper, climbed into the Jeep and knocked it out of gear. Witnesses say it rolled down the street, through an intersection and into the house, causing minor damage. An officer later found the boy on a couch watching TV, as if nothing had happened. He said his parents weren't home and another relative was sleeping. And that's it for Friday. Get your news on our website nationnews.com, as well as YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Do enjoy your weekend.